Hey, welcome back, guys. So here we are in my cousin's garage. We got the truck in here, and today is Friday. We are going to be hopefully painting the car on Sunday here in the garage. We're going to cover it up. We got all the tarps and plastic bags to cover up all the belongings. Today we are starting on the bodywork. I forgot my hammer and dolly set at the house, but this will do it. There's not a lot of dents to repair, but there are a few that are just oddly, weirdly shaped out. Working on the door. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's just one of the main spots to really take care of. Right here in the back, there's an ugly looking bulge. And then same exact one on this side. Right there. So we're gonna try to take care of that. There's one right here near the tail light, which is easy to straighten out. Door, roof, and everything is all straight. Front end has been replaced. These are all brand new, so these are all clean, already in primer. But the goal is to try to knock out most of the body work. We still got tomorrow to do that after he gets off of work. So I brought a lot of my stuff from the house. 220. We got some 100s. We got the 60s. Some of the bodywork equipment, a lot of the primers, the stuff we bought yesterday. He went to Harbor Freight, got the guns, the filters, got my Durablocks in various sizes, and
trying to paint the car on Sunday.
we're trying to paint the car on Sunday, so we got to knock out the majority of it now since he works tomorrow, and Sunday we want to knock it out in the morning so we could let it flash and dry the rest of the evening into the night, into the next day, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna keep you guys up with some small progress here and there. Rage Extreme is what I use as my body filler. I've always used Rage since day one, but you can use Bondo or, you know, whatever's available to you guys. About to mix up my first one right now to do the door, and while that is gonna flash with the propane heater somewhere, I don't know where it's at. While that one is drying up, I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking off all the other smaller ones. So I got this door straightened up to the best of my abilities with the feel of my hands, and I fill it up with some Rage, and I use my guide coat right here. So when I block it off, if there's another dent somewhere in there, I'll repair that as well. We're going to set up the heater right now so that way we can hurry up the flash time on the filler, and I'm gonna start my work on the rear end. So I'm gonna start blocking out that door. He's working on sanding all of that out right there. I already got this all filled up, and everything else is just small little waves, which is not a big deal. It's just the big dents that we want to sand out, like that guy, the high spot. Sorry you guys can't see because we only got one light or two, but that one's a lamp. So I had to leave real quick. I had to go meet up my buddy at the house to sell him some mud flaps for his wagon and some other parts too. He was the guy that painted my wagon gray, and that was in I think June 2014. June 2014 was the last time I saw my camera. I had thought I lost it, but they cleaned out the car when they shot it inside and out, and this came out with it. He said it's been in his toolbox since he painted the car in 2014, and I'm finally reunited with my first camera I ever bought. My Canon PowerShot SD750. Holy shit, bro, I have not seen this thing in a long time. It still works. It's just the battery's dead. I got the charger at the house, so I'm excited to, you know, in there has all my wagon bodywork videos and pictures and stuff. But anyways, back to the bodywork. So right here, all the silver is the high spot, and these need to be dinged down a little bit so that way I can do a second layer of filler. You can kind of see the underneath under all this filler. So we're not like just globbing a bunch of filler on here. We're actually blocking it out and chopping up as much as we can. Obviously get rid of all the dents and stuff that I couldn't hammer out. But you got one low spot right here. The low spot where the low spot is pretty much like a crater that still has the guide coat that I sprayed on it, the black, because the block is flat. So ideally, when I go over it and there's a dent there, this flat block is not going to curve itself into that hole. That means there's a crater there, means there's a dent there. So I got one right here, one small one right there, and I got to ding these two guys in, and possibly one right there. That's very light. I can probably sand that out, but it's a lot smoother than it was before. So all I got to do is fill this up right here, let this dry. I'm gonna hit the roof and I'm gonna hit this quarter. So while I was gone, my cousin pretty much took care of all of this side, sanding it all down with 220 grit to, you know, get all the paint smoothing out. 220 doesn't leave a line scratch, but it does take off, you know, the original top layer to get it ready for the base coat. I still gotta work on this right here. You can see the high spot, the silver spots, which means it sticks up higher than the rest of the flat panel. And I gotta repair this. I'm not worried about these little small ones. That's nothing. And I gotta pull this guy out to get this line straight again right there. And these guys right here, and a little bit above the door handle right here, and the car is gonna pretty much be done. We're gonna do the 400 final sand, like on the primered front end right here, and spray some like what do you call it, some what's that can that I brought? The rust preventative primer, the self-etching primer. Self-etching primer goes over pretty much bare metal, so that way it can prevent moisture getting into it. It goes over areas that you sand down that already had rust on there. So we'll go over with primer and pretty much seal up any exposed metal. And then, like I said, 400 grit wet, and then hopefully Sunday we get to spraying. Now let's continue. I forgot to knock that too down right there, but second layer is on. I'm about to fill it in right now because I just finished massaging this side out. So got this one straight as possible. This one had the nastiest dink, so I hit it in out until it was all nice and flat, using 3 different hammers and that as a dolly because I don't have a dolly kit. This is all straight, this is straight. This whole thing right here was crooked, and I'll put a picture right here in the corner for you guys to see as a comparison. So I got this all nicely straightened out, and this big old dent that was here before, pulled out as much as I can. It's fairly straight now, and I won't know if there's any other high spots until I put the filler on. I didn't sand it down the first time to know if I gotta apply the second time. So he's got most of this whole side sanded out. Here's the little dinks I was talking about. 1, 2, 3. There's a few little long slight dents right here. There's 2 right there, but you know, once I apply those, I'll apply to here too, and pretty much the other side is all sanded out. This is gonna be done, and that's just 400 like I've mentioned. The cab, everything is all sanded out. Top of the bed, this is all gonna be Line-X, so we're not worried about this right now. But progress is definitely being made, and so far so good. We've only had, what, like 2-3 hours into it. Hell yeah, brother. God damn it. Man, that was like a one shot. Whew. So it's about 11 o'clock or so right now. Door all primed, 2K, 2 coats, nice and smooth. So like I've mentioned, we're not like doing 100% body work. The car looked great before. We're just taking care of the bigger stuff, but all the small little dinks and stuff, it's all good. You know, it adds character, I guess you could say. So that should be the last layer of filler, which is the second one. Bumper is all sanded. Well, I mean not the bumper, but the rear end, the truck bed, doors, roof, fenders, hood. This whole side has been sanded as well. He's finishing that one up. This one right here, just gotta lightly sand off small pinholes. This one right here, completely done. Roof just need to be slightly sanded off, smooth, and get all of that into primer. Wash the car, and that's pretty much going to be it for the bodywork and the prep stage. But now I got to finish that because it is getting cold. It is getting late. Ran out of the gray primer, but we bought it in black because we wanted to darken it up a little bit because the front end is already black and it's a dark gray. So we're going to do a dark undercoat. Everything's already wiped down with surface prep. Now I'm just going to lay primer over it. Give it a nice light layer. Let that dry up real quick, and we're gonna layer it up until we can't see the bond anymore. Makes the dream work. One team on me, one team on 3. 1, 2, 3, one team. That's the shit we did every single day at Tesla. We do our stretches, and then we do our chant, or our meeting, and then we do our chant. Anyways, guys, so this is gonna wrap up this video. There's gonna be 2 parts to this restoration. This is just a preparation and body work. Tomorrow when he gets off of work, we're gonna move the car out, wash it all down, do the final sand. We're gonna probably do 400 because that's all I got. Prep the floor, the walls, everything. I'm gonna bring my compressor over, all of that stuff, so we can set it up for Sunday. So that way on Sunday in the morning, I'm gonna come here. We're just gonna do a full wipe down on the car and start spraying the base coat and then the clear coat. My cousin and I did a lot of work tonight, and you know, huge progress on the body work, and it's pretty much done. It's just small stuff like, you know, that gash and areas. Tomorrow we're gonna shoot the self-etch for the open metal, but no big deal. But yeah, that's gonna, like I said, it's gonna sum up this video. It's about 12:30 or something like that. It's late. I'm tired. I'm actually hungry. He's been up since 7. I've been up since 7. So, yeah. I'm gonna cap up this video. I'm gonna cap this video out now. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. If you guys want to stick around and see this car get painted, hit that notification bell. Be sure to keep posted when a new video gets uploaded. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.